Hi everyone! This is going to be my April monthly wrap-up video. I know it's a couple days into May, but that's okay. So starting off, I read, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can count, 6 books in April. Took a little bit. Okay, so the first book I read in April I read right away that Secret Project 2. And that was the Frugal Wizard's Handbook Guide to some galaxy. Something like that. It's a really long title, but that was the first book I read. I actually read it within a couple days of it coming out. I really had to push myself to finish that one. That was not a good start to the month. I did not like that book. You can check out my previous review on that if you want to get the full rants, because I had quite a few rants on that one. I think I rated it a 2-star. I would have probably even rated it lower, but just because, Sanderson is still a good writer, to where even though it was a bad story in my opinion, it was still, he still has a lot of good writing qualities to his story. So there is still a story there. It just wasn't a story I liked. But yeah, some people, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that do like it. And that's great. It just was not for me. And I know not every single one of his books is going to be for me, which is fine. I really didn't like it. It was not at all what I expected. It was just not very enjoyable. I wasn't interested. I didn't like the main character. I felt like there was kind of a lot of loopholes in there. I just didn't really like the humor in there. There was just a lot of elements I didn't like, and I was really disappointed by it. But like I said, that was the first book I started April with, which luckily from there, pretty much all the other books I read went up from there, which is good. That was not a good start to the month. The next book I did finish, though, was Winter's Heart, and I didn't read all of this in April. I was almost done with it when I started it in April, but I did finish it in April. And I know this one is technically one of the slog books. I think the next book is technically considered the slog book. That's rough to get through. But this one, I enjoyed. There was a lot of storylines that got finally resolved in this one. Some things that finally were mentioned that needed to be mentioned. I was happy by that. I don't know how much I should go into this, because it's like, I guess if you're already this far, you probably already know what's going to go on. But there was just a lot of plot lines that I was happy that got addressed. And I enjoyed it. I really did. There are a lot of slow moments. The beginning, I think, was kind of rough. But towards the middle and the end, I thought got a lot better. The ending was still, typically good. Because most of these, they all have some type of, good ending to where there's either some type of battle or something intense going on. This one had that as well. I was pleasantly surprised by this, because I know a lot of people complain about it, and I really liked it. I was not disappointed by it. It was just another Wheel of Time story for me, and it's like I have such a hard time reviewing the Wheel of Time books, because I just want to look at them all as a whole, and it's hard. It's just hard for me to just compartmentalize just one book and try to review it, because there's so much to this world and this story that I don't want to give you a whole backstory on the last 6 books to explain where this one got. So it's really hard to review these, but if you haven't started the series yet, I definitely would recommend starting this. It's really good, but I can't wait to finish it. The next book I read I did read Agatha Christie's The ABC Murders. I liked this book too. This was a really fun book. This would probably be after, And Then There Were None was probably my favorite Agatha Christie book so far. This one might be a close second, because Death in the Nile, I liked that one as well. But yeah, this one might be a close second for me. I really enjoyed this. It was a little bit of a different setting than some of her other books, because a lot of her other books, they tend to be more of just in a small area, like a house or a train or a boat. It's more of a smaller setting, whereas this was taking place on the whole a bunch of variety of cities and everything. So there was a lot more land that had to be there was a wider area that needed to be addressed. I'm having a hard time describing this, but it it just, it was a bigger world to imagine in this one than some of the other ones. So it felt more like it was going to be harder for the mystery to be solved. But of course, Poirot comes in. So I love Poirot's character. And I saw there's going to be another Poirot movie coming out off of her book, The Halloween Party. And it's going to be, I think it's A Haunting in Venice or something, something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I'm super excited for another Poirot movie. I love the actor that is playing Poirot. I think he does a great job. So on a side note, I'm excited to watch that. Next, I did read an ARC. I don't want to go into it too much, but I did read, I got the ARC combat codes, and I will be posting a review of that soon, but I'm waiting closer to time to the release. But be on the lookout for that video. After that, I started the series, my reread of Night Angel. So I finished in April Way of Shadows and Shadow's Edge. I finished both of them. By the end of this week, I'll probably be done with Beyond the Shadows, and then after that, I'll be jumping right into the Nemesis. So I will be getting a review out hopefully soon on book 3, and then jumping right into book 4, and hopefully that'll come out quickly. But yeah, so I read the first 2. My reread, I didn't actually rate them as high as I did in my first read, but I still really enjoy this story. I'm loving it that I got back into this world. I'm glad I've reread it. I'm super excited for Nemesis because I think it'll be great. I love how Brent Weeks has written Kyler. I'm very happy with it. But book 2 is a little rough. It does get better in the end. Book 1, it's just such a fun, great story. There are some things that you might notice that you might get frustrated with. I did point those out a lot in my review if you want to check those out. But other than that, it's a great story to just enjoy. I recommend going into this with just, you're expecting a good time and a fun story. But so going into probably what I'm going to finish up for the month of May, what I'm going to read in May, I'm obviously going to try to finish Crossroads of Twilight, but no promises there. I've not gotten too far into this yet, because this is another 100-page prologue, and I'm not gonna lie, these prologues, they kill me. I don't know why these prologues are so long, and it's like, once I get past the prologue, I'm usually okay. It's just really hard to motivate myself to get through that. So I know once I get through that, I'll be all right, but I tend to just read these slower, whereas I'm reading all my other books a lot quicker. I tend to just, jump into my other books and just try to finish them as fast as I can. Whereas with this, I may only read like 1 or 2 chapters a day, if that. It just depends. I'm going through this series pretty slow. So there's no guarantees I'll finish this month. I just know this will be one of the reads that I'm doing. I tend to read 2 or 3 books at a time. I flip through them on my Kindle, so I will have this on the side. Like I said, I might do like 1 or 2 chapters a day, but first I need to get through that prologue. So I can't even say I'm getting through 1 chapter a day. And then after that, like I said, I'm almost done with Beyond the Shadows. I probably will have it done maybe by Friday, and then my video on Saturday will probably be my review of this. And then right after that, I'm going to be jumping in to this one, which I'm super excited about. This is Night Angel Nemesis. Look how thick this is. This is a big book. And I was actually able to get this copy signed, which I'm super excited. Look at that. It looks good, doesn't it? But yeah, this is a pretty book. And I was shocked to see that this is Kyler Chronicles Book 1. So I am hopeful that there is more books coming out. I'm super excited for this. And just like, look how pretty this is. I love it. It's just so cool. But yeah, so those, I'm at least going to be reading those books. I'm not sure what other books I'm going to be reading. I do know I'm going to be picking up another ARC book during this month. I think I'm going to try to read The Queen of Days. I did get that ARC. That is by Greta Kelly, and I'm excited to try that one out. That one I can review pretty quickly, so I will get a review out on that. I'm super excited about that one. On top of that, I'm hopeful to read, I don't want to forget the name. I'm sorry. I want to read of Blood and Fire by Ryan Cahill. I'm not sure how to say his last name, but I do want to read that series. I've heard so many good things about that series. I have the first book. I'm ready to check it out. I'm super excited about that one because, like I said, the reviews on it are just really good. I really want to try to get that in this month and hopefully maybe recommend it to all you guys. But yeah, that was my my wrap up for April and a little bit of what I plan to read in May. So we'll see at the next wrap up if I was able to getting those finished or if I added additional books to it. So we'll see. But thanks for tuning in. Have a good rest of the day.